Hey, it's Mr. Sportel, and today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So, as we know, a mixed number has two elements. It has a fraction and it has a whole number. So, this isn't as complicated as it might seem. So, if we want to start with 6 and 3/4 plus 2 and 2/4, right? When we are adding mixed numbers, we always want to start with our fractions first. And just like regular addition of fractions, you just go ahead, you have to make sure that your denominators are the same before you can add your fractions. If they aren't the same, you would just do exactly what you did for adding regular fractions. You'd find a least common denominator and then add. And if you want to remember how to do that, you can check the video out that I posted earlier. So here we've got the same denominator, which is nice and easy. So we'll come down here, 3/4 plus 2/4. And that's going to equal 5/4. Now this is exactly why you want to add your fractions first. I need to now change this fraction into, or improper fraction, into a mixed number. So if we remember, we just divide our numerator by our denominator, and then we put the remainder and the quotient in the places that they need to go. Again, you can check the video out for that. I'm not going to take time to do that here. It's going to turn into 1 1/4. Now, I'm going to take that 1 1/4 and I'm going to add it to my whole numbers. So 6 plus 2 plus 1 1/4. And then that is just going to simply get me 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9, and there's no issues in adding that fraction right there to that whole number for a total of 9 1/4. So, if we want to take a look at what subtracting mixed numbers would look like, let's say we've got 3 5/8 minus 1 2/8. Again, very simple. We just remember that we have to have the same denominators to subtract our fractions, so we're going to do that. 5/8 minus 2/8. That's going to equal 3/8. And then I am just going to go ahead and subtract my whole numbers. 3 minus 1 is obviously 2. And then we bring this fraction over here, 2 3/8. So it's pretty simple, but we just need to remember to always, step 1, add or subtract fractions first, and then we add or subtract whole numbers. And we need to always remember, if we have unlike denominators in our whole numbers, we just follow the same exact steps for finding the least common denominator for those fractions, and then we just follow these steps once we are done with that. So there will be another video about subtracting mixed numbers with regrouping, but that's a pretty complicated subject, so I decided to leave that for a separate video. So I hope this helps.